Hello guys, welcome to the channel. This is Movies Recap. This is a new channel, so I really will appreciate it if you can drop a like and drop a sub. It really helps out the channel a lot, and thank you in advance. Quick disclaimer, this video or work is by no means a substitute to watch the movie by yourself. You should do so, and the content here is used in the context of fair use.
Today I have a 2019 animation called Red Shoes and the Seven Dwarfs. Spoiler content ahead, watch out and take care. The story begins with the narrator saying, "This is Fairy Tale Island. A magical land where the fearless seven are the greatest heroes in existence. But everything changed the day they defeated a dragon and saved a princess. Because of the way she looked they thought she was a witch, so they attacked her. But they were wrong. She wasn't a witch, she was the fairy princess. She wanted to teach them a lesson, so she put a curse on them. That turned them into little ugly green monsters whenever people looked at them. And the only way to break the curse was to get a kiss from the most beautiful woman in the world." The scene then shifts to a tall tower where an evil witch is greeted by her minions, and she proceeds towards the magic tree which bears magical shoes that grants the user youthful eternal beauty. Unfortunately, the magical shoes weren't ready. The queen, who was frustrated, tossed the shoes aside to the pile of discarded shoes and left, ordering her minions to clean up after her. As night approached, we see Snow White climb through the window and enter her evil stepmother's fortress. She looks around in hopes of finding something. But to no avail. As one of the minions comes to inspect a room, she goes into hiding. The minion soon leaves as he didn't find anyone. Snow White proceeds to get out from under the chair and bumps her head on her way out. In doing so, she accidentally opened a hidden compartment under the desk. She finds a book there and proceeds to read through it. It seems to have belonged to her long-gone father. In it, he writes how he can't believe his daughter Snow White has turned 18, and he only wished her mother could see the kind of young woman his daughter has become. In the book he elaborates how a strange thing happened during the party, and a woman named Regina was brought in by the castle guards. As they thought she was a witch, but she was too beautiful to be a witch. Her father married Regina and everything felt so perfect. Except for Regina's strange-looking mirror. One by one people around the castle started disappearing. Her father speculates it might be because of that peculiar mirror. He continues to explain in his writing that he saw with his own two eyes Regina talking to a tree. She must be a witch, he concludes. He ended the writing with a message directed to his daughter Snow White. He says his life is in danger from Regina, and their only hope is for her to find the Fearless Seven and ask them for help. In closing his letter, he warns her of the apples, saying apples the most suspicious of fruits. Once Snow White finished reading the book, she got up and approached the apple tree and took a bite from it. Magically, she got transformed into a beautiful princess. Unfortunately for her, Regina stormed in the room. Upon seeing Snow White has stolen her magical shoes, she started to attack her in hopes of getting back her magical shoes. Snow White outmaneuvered Regina's attacks and escaped with the help of a magical broom. In the next scene we see Regina in her lair talking to a magical mirror. She asks the mirror saying, "Magic mirror, full of wisdom, who's the fairest in the kingdom?" And the mirror responded with the woman who wears the red shoes. She asked the mirror to tell her the name of the woman. The mirror sarcastically tells her it doesn't know, and that magic is just its first name, and really, it's short for Magichard, as in Richard. She orders her minions to find Snow White. And the scene cuts to the Fearless Seven ambushing Snow White as they thought she was a witch. They soon halt their attack after seeing her beauty. The orange-haired fellow apparently didn't get the memo and hit Snow White with a pan, which rendered her unconscious. She gets up from the bed and approached the mirror in the room and is surprised by the person staring right back at her. In her perplexed state, she asked them if they see the same thing as her. To which they all said yes and told her she looks beautiful like an angel. She introduces herself as Red Shoes to conceal her identity and asked who they were. The one in the middle introduced himself as Merlin. The rest were Jack, Hans, Arthur, Pino, Noki and Keo. She mentioned she was looking for her father and she needed to find the Fearless Seven to help her. The group denied being the Fearless Seven, despite their names being identical to them. But they agreed to help her. As they thought, she might help them break the curse by kissing them. In the next scene, Prince Average was planning his birthday party, to which all of the female guests cancelled for various reasons. Regina approached him and persuaded him to bring Snow White to his party, to which Prince Average agreed without a second thought because of Snow White's beauty. Regina, on the other hand, claimed to only want the red magical shoes. Prince Average agreed and went out to capture Snow White and bring her to his party by force if necessary. Back at the Fearless Seven's hut, Red Shoes sees a shadow which looks just like her father. She goes out to the forest with a lamp in hand to find her father. Merlin, who saw this, followed her. Red Shoes didn't find her father, but rather a huge rabbit-like monster. Merlin soon comes to the rescue with lightning magic and they both run away. The monster bunny though catches up and stomps on Merlin and chases Red Shoes till she is cornered. Arthur charges in to rescue Red Shoes and knocks out the monster. The others catch up to them after the monster has been defeated and they help in dragging the monster back to their home. Back at the hut they make a plan to find Red Shoes' father. They compete among themselves to be the first to kiss Red Shoes and break the curse. The next day they split up and all go to their designated posts to find Red Shoes' father. Arthur and Red Shoes are paired together as Arthur planned to take Red Shoes on a romantic date and maybe even get a kiss from her. Merlin, who was tasked with watching the big monstrous rabbit, soon trains it and rides it to find Red Shoes and get a kiss from her. Red Shoes and Arthur were ready to go back home after failing to find her father, but Red Shoes is soon cornered by Prince Average's guards and chased across town till she runs to a dead end. Red Shoes immediately took off her shoes and turned back to her normal self and escaped the guards in plain sight. Merlin soon arrives in the town and meets up with Arthur and goes through town looking for Red Shoes. They passed Red Shoes as she was being accosted by the town's guard as they didn't recognize her. She proceeds to headbutt the guard holding her shoes, but she only hurts herself in the process. The guards cornered her to the wall and as they were about to arrest her, Merlin came in clutch and saved her once again with his lightning magic. He soon left because he didn't know she was Red Shoes. She wears her magical shoes and goes out of the alley to find Merlin. But the guards notice her and start to chase her. Merlin and Arthur hopped on the big bunny and escaped with Red Shoes. After a while Prince Average finds the Fearless Seven's hideout and ambushes them. He threatens to kill Merlin and Arthur if Red Shoes doesn't surrender herself. Red Shoes soon surrenders and steps outside the house to be arrested, but because of her beauty, the guards trip and fell down on each other. Prince Average, who was mesmerized by her beauty, insisted she attend his birthday party. Red Shoes, after refusing countless times, punches him when he tries to take her by force. He orders his guards to capture her. While Merlin and Arthur were arguing, the two big goons attacked them and took Red Shoes with them. Soon after, the Fearless Seven started fighting together as a team and made quick work of Prince Average's guards. The two big goons, on the other hand, proved quite a challenge. Merlin, who had an idea, threw a carrot towards one of the big guards, and this sent the big monstrous rabbit flying in the air and landing on top of the guard. As the fight continued, the Fearless Seven found themselves surrounded. But the three geniuses, Pino, Noki and Kyo, burst out of the garage with their colossal machine and made quick work of the enemies. They even finished it off with a cool landing. Prince Average, who wasn't willing to give up, got cannons brought up and started firing a barrage of shots, one of which almost hit Red Shoes. Merlin, who had an idea, took out the cannonball and ushered everyone inside the house. As the house collapsed, it fell on Prince Average and his troops. Prince Average, who was the only one remaining of his troops, made a run for it after he made a bunch of empty threats and promising to be back for revenge. That night we see Red Shoes and Merlin sharing a moment together. Red Shoes decided to show Merlin what she truly looked like and tried to remove her shoes. But no matter how much she or Merlin tried, neither of them could get the shoes off of her. Back at the castle, Prince Average is cornered by Regina, who came to collect her shoes. But upon hearing that he failed, she leaves, threatening him with the worst. Once she leaves, Prince Average and his two guards eat the apples Regina left behind and are transformed into huge hideous monsters of great strength. At the Fearless Seven's hut, all of them can be seen fixing up the house and putting a fresh coat of paint on it. Once they have printed enough flyers of Red Shoes' father, they head off on the magical broom to distribute the flyers. During the flight, Merlin got a little distracted and ended up crashing the broom into the trees. Red Shoes and Merlin then walked along the beautiful river and ended up sitting on a fallen tree. One thing led to another and they shared a kiss. Merlin, who thought the curse must surely have been broken, asks Red Shoes to close her eyes in hopes of surprising her. He was the one who ended up getting bamboozled though, as nothing happened and he was still short, chubby and green like an ogre or smurf. In the midst of this, Prince Average and his two goons, who have become monsters, chase Red Shoes and Merlin. Red Shoes and Merlin evade the monsters to the best of their abilities till Merlin decided to stop and fight back. He told Red Shoes to close her eyes so as to transform to his normal self. He told her to cross over to the other side and not to look back till he says so, as this would turn him back to a green short smurf. He made quick work of the monsters in his natural form, and the monsters stood no chance against him. Prince Average though turned out to be a worthy foe. Merlin soon defeats him, but ended up getting dragged down to sea with the monstrous Prince Average. Red Shoes quickly jumped into the sea and tried to save Merlin. When it seemed ineffective in her petite form, she took off her shoes and quickly regained her strength, allowing her to lift the huge boulder off of Merlin and rescue him. She soon passes out once she reaches dry land. Later that night, Red Shoes comes clean to Merlin about her true identity being Snow White and her father being King White, and the hideous monsters that kept on chasing them were sent by Regina, her stepmother. As soon as Snow White goes to sleep, Merlin soon leaves to clear his mind. He talks to himself to process what just happened. As Red Shoes was about to leave, she meets Merlin, who offers her an apple. But wait, it isn't Merlin, it was Regina pretending to be Merlin. Regina reveals herself and takes Red Shoes away. Merlin immediately jumps on the big bunny and chases after them. He orders the 3 little bears to make copies of his magical papers and to gather the others. At Regina's lair, we see Regina collapse as her power has drained her of her youth. She commands the mirror to bind Snow White. The small bears soon reach the Fearless Seven's house and gathers everyone to fight. Arthur, who needed his Excalibur sword to fight, kept struggling to remove it from the rock till the battle machine smashed the rock, freeing the sword. Merlin on the big bunny soon reaches Regina's lair and Merlin proceeds to rescue Snow White. Unfortunately, he gets caught and is used as bait to force Snow White to eat the apple. Snow White obliges and eats the apple. After taking one bite, she starts transforming into a tree. Merlin is dragged by the magic mirror to the other room. There the mirror explains the fruit of temptation and want gives the user what he or she desires, and the bond is permanent. You cannot just remove the shoes. Back at the river, Snow White took them off because she wanted to save Merlin more than she wanted to be beautiful. The magic mirror continues to explain. Once Snow White eats the apple, she will become the magic apple tree herself. And once the tree bears magical shoes, the tree will wither and die, and so will Snow White. Hearing this, Merlin is enraged and fights back. But alone he is no match for the magic mirror. Not to worry though, his friends soon join the fight, turning the tide of the battle. 7-1. Despite those odds, the magic mirror proved to be a worthy foe. Jack with his invisibility garment sneaked upon the mirror and punched it, breaking it into pieces. At that same moment, Merlin, who was running out of time, climbs up the tower and goes on a suicide mission to save Snow White. He grabs Regina tightly and jumps off the cliff. He disperses his magical papers during his descent to deal a devastating electrical blow to Regina. As he successfully does so, the surge of electricity travels everywhere. Regina's spell is undone, transforming everybody back to their original selves. The big bunny happened to be Snow White's father, and he embraces his daughter. Their reunion is short-lived when Snow White finds out Merlin sacrificed himself to save her. Despite their victory, everyone is seen gloomy and down because they lost their best friend. One of them brings Merlin's body to the top of the tower. With his last breath, Merlin tells Snow White she is the most beautiful woman in the world with his eyes opened or closed. Snow White proceeds to kiss Merlin. This time, however, Merlin is transformed to his normal self and regains consciousness and embraces and kisses Snow White once again. As the movie wraps up, Arthur is seen asking the other if they know who the girl kissing Merlin is, as this is his first time seeing Snow White without her magical shoes. Guys, this is the end of the movie, and I hope you've enjoyed the recap. This is a new channel, so I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe and leave a like. It really helps the channel out a lot. Let's set a goal of 10 likes and 1 subscriber for this video. Thank you for watching and peace out. Really guys, you should watch this movie. It has funny parts as well as good music. I really recommend you watch it for yourself.